How to submit a payroll for processing. Once you have logged into the portal, click on the payroll link on the left hand side. You will now be at the payroll entry screen in the Open Payrolls tab. There are two main ways of entering and submitting the payroll data: completing it on screen or using an Excel template import file. To use a template method, first click on the Download Time Clock Template button. Select the batch type, which will be the payroll frequency. Then select the file format, column-based, and then save. You can then click on the button to open or save the actual time clock file. You can then begin entering details against each employee line and pay component on this file and save it to your PC. Once saved, you can then close the file. To import the time clock, click on the Start Payroll from Time Clock button. Pick up the file from your saved location. Select the file format column-based and employee number for the employee identifier, then press Next. It will then ask you to map any unidentified or new fields and check that there are no anomalies within the file to be resolved first. If all is OK, click on the Start Pay Entry button to load the data into the portal. You can then begin entering and checking data submitted from your Excel file on the payroll submission screen. If we go back to the payroll main screen again and delete this entry, to enter the data directly onto the portal for submission, you can simply click on the Start Payroll button to begin the new payroll process. In the pop-up menu, select the required payroll frequency, the payment date, and ensure the payment batch matches the frequency, and then click on the Start Pay Entry button at the bottom to begin entering. In this screen, you can begin entering the number of hours or amounts under each pay component for each employee listed. Simply click on the field and enter the required value. You can search for an employee using the bar above and one of its criteria if you have a larger number of employees. To save changes made, you can click on the Apply Changes button at the top left. This is useful when you start the process but need to leave for a period of time before returning to complete. If you do leave the payroll, to continue this again, click on the Pay Entry button at the end of the current entry line. You can also delete the submission should you wish to clear all and start again by clicking on the trash can icon. In the top right of the screen, there are the options to switch and add employees. Clicking on the employee name or opening the switch menu allows you to select an employee to view only their current pay components and make adjustments. You can also add additional pay components in here to be used against the employee for this period only. Should these be credited on a regular periodic basis, it is recommended to also set up on the employee's fixed additions or deduction screen. Anything entered in this screen is for this pay run only and will not be permanently saved going forward. Clicking on the Quick Pay tab will take you back to the main entry screen. Opening the Add menu allows you to add an employee who is not currently in the batch process. This is beneficial for new hires who may have been set up after the batch was originally created. Locate the employee you wish to include and click on the Add button at the end of their line. You can then begin entering details of what you intend to pay the employees before returning to the Quick Pay screen again. Now that you've completed entering all changes, you can click on the Complete Payroll button in the very top right corner of the screen. The pop-up window will allow you to see the payroll batch totals for all pay components, a gross pre-process report for the totals of each component against each employee, and a provider notes section. If there are any comments you would like to make that relate to the payroll submission, you would enter these into the notes screen for Payescape to then pick up when processing. These may include details on leavers, maternity info, sickness details, and more. Should you have any adjustments to the payroll at this point, you can click on the Return to Editing Payroll button at the bottom right corner, and then begin making the changes before following the complete process again. If all has been verified and is ready for submission, click on the Complete and Submit Payroll button. A pop-up warning will appear to confirm that the data will now be submitted to Payescape for processing. Click on the Submit button and you will be returned to the main payroll entry screen. The payroll will now be displayed under the Submitted Payrolls tab. You can still view the pre-processed gross report in here for the data if required, once all has been verified. You have now successfully submitted a payroll for processing. At this stage, the submission will be locked, and if any changes are then required, you will need to contact Payescape directly. If you have any additional queries or require any further guidance on this, please call us on 028 2764 1060 or email payroll@payescape.com. Thank you.